My name is Guy Briando. Along with my wife Elka, we wanted to make this quick video to just share a little bit of why this product is changing people's lives as it is. You see, this is so easy to use. You just unscrew this little cap. It's a 1 teaspoon measured dose. You pour the liquid inside it and then put it in your mouth, swish it around for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then swallow it. And you're on your way. Fast, simple, and easy to do. But why are we so excited? Why are all these people that are taking this product having these dramatic experiences, positive influences on their lives, changing their lives for the better? Let me show you. You see, this is a live blood screening. Now, this gentleman, this is no swish in his system whatsoever. And what you can see here is the clumping of the red blood cells. So this is a live screening of his red blood cells. And you can see how they're kind of clumped together. The technician is pointing out how, yep, this is inflammation and da-da-da-da. So what happened is this gentleman took a teaspoon of the swish and then waited 5 minutes, and they took another blood scan. Look at this. And just 5 minutes later, he's got free-flowing red blood cells throughout his body. The technician doing this is like, oh my God, this is almost impossible. In fact, I have shared this with other physicians, and everyone I've shared it with so far says that they've never seen anything like this. I'm not going to say it's impossible. They just had never seen anything like this. They didn't realize it was possible, but it absolutely is with Swish. And so this helps the body in so many different ways. Let me show you a couple more examples. This is a friend of mine, Lisa, and she lives in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is the palm of her hand. And as you can see, it's all kind of crackly, and I mean, it really hurt a lot, and it just basically looks kind of gross, right? Well, get this. She's also a massage therapist, and so her clients were like, well, we don't necessarily want you touching our bodies with those hands. So it was negatively impacting her in her life in multiple ways. And so she had started using creams and a coconut cream and some CBD topicals, and nothing was really helping. I was getting a little better, but it just wasn't like a normal hand still. Finally, she got on our product, and 8 days later, this is what it looked like, a normal hand. And it has stayed like this. This was several months ago, and it has stayed like that to this day. This has not come back at all. The next one I want to show you here, this is a gentleman who started getting redness on his face, on this area of his cheek area. And it started showing up in his adult years, and the doctors, again, dermatologists and doctors saying, hey, there's nothing you can really do for this. You just pretty much got to live with it. He got on our Swish product, and 2.5 weeks later, it was virtually cleared up. He couldn't believe it. He is so excited about this as well. And the next one here I'm going to show you, this is Devin. And remember, this is an internal product, right? This is not topical. This is Devin. This is the owner's, Brad and Marcia Hager's son. And he was born with a really severe back issue. And as he grew up, the stress increased on his body to the point where now he had rashes all over his body. So he's in severe pain, and now he's also got these rashes. And they, again, with the doctors and the dermatologists, said there's nothing we can really do. He's pretty much going to have to live with this. And they realized that CBD should be able to help him based on all the anecdotal evidence that's out there about CBD from people that are using it. And they went through over 24 CBD products, and nothing was really helping him. Then Marcia, she continued her diligence, and she came across these 4 scientists with 9 PhDs amongst them. I mean, these are some really smart folks. And she got a sample from them, gave it to Devin. Brad and Marcia actually went away on a vacation, and they came back 8 days later, and his rashes were completely cleared up from his entire body. Devin looked at his mom and dad, said, I don't know what's in this stuff, but you guys are going to make millions. This stuff actually worked. On top of that, not only getting rid of his rashes, the pain was almost completely gone as well. So and then besides the skin issues, we have all kinds of testimonies for all these other different types of ailments that people are suffering with, from pain. I have some people who are on a very strong, heavy narcotics, basically, through their doctor, that are now completely off of those medications, weaning off through their doctor's guidance because of our products. We also, and I'm not making any medical claims here, I'm just letting you know what people are experiencing. This lady here is a friend of mine. She said, my anxiety and mood swings have leveled out almost completely. I no longer feel like there's someone sitting on my chest. This is another lady with another challenge, and she has been on medication for 6 years, and in 2 weeks, she was completely able to get off of those medications. And it goes on and on and on. So this product is helping people in so many different ways. Now, this is just for a little bit of education. What's going on here? You see, when stress hits the body, your cortisol, stress hormone, starts going into action. Well, too much cortisol is known to not be healthy for the body. Now, what you also have within you is an endocannabinoid system. You see, your body already naturally produces cannabinoids to help out lowering this cortisol level naturally. And you go from this like, wow, to a feeling of calmness. Lowers the cortisol level, the cannabinoids actually increase. So the CBD is actually supplementing this whole process. And everybody's system is set up a little bit differently. So the CBD is going to impact everybody a little bit differently as well. Now, it is already known, again, public information, a great website to go to is www.projectcbd.org, and you'll find some amazing factual and just informational out there. There's also a Newsweek magazine, Prevention magazine, there's an Investors, I've seen something on National Geographic. I mean, this is just really growing. You can get information everywhere, and it's known to help with eyes, heart, intestines, leg, hand, stomach, brain, areas of the body, almost every area of the body. And I've got testimonies that account to almost all those areas as well. Now, what makes us so different? Aquaceutical nanotechnology. You see, aqua means water, ceutical is nutritionals, nano means very, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny sized particles, and then technology is what puts the whole thing together. You see, a typical CBD particle is 2,000 nanometers in size. It's very relatively large, and that your cells can only absorb from 60 to 65 nanometers, or maybe up to 80. All right, so the 2,000 nanometers is just too big. So typically, and what you see out there right now, if you go out to a CBD retail store or dispensary, you'll see those little tincture bottles. In those tincture bottles is CBD, and it's wrapped in oil or fats and oil. And you take an eyedropper, you put that into your mouth. It tastes nasty because you taste the CBD in there, and then you swallow it. It's got to go through the digestive system and eventually into the liver. Now, when it gets into the liver, the breakdown starts to occur. That's all adding stress to the body. And how soluble is oil to the body, right? So what also Forbes magazine on June 18th of this year put out an article stating that they're concerned about the increase in toxicity levels of the liver they are seeing with people using these CBD oils. So that's another concern. And I'm not putting anyone down. I'm just, again, this is all factual and public information, and I'm just sharing why we are a standout. So what we do that's different is we nanosize these 2,000 nanometer sized particles down to just 7 nanometers. Wow. Then we take ultra purified water. It goes through a 7-step purifying process. It's the type of water that hospitals use and semiconductor manufacturers use to ensure there's absent of all bacteria. And then we encapsulate those tiny nano-sized particles into the water molecules. All right? What does that result in? No taste, 99% absorption in 1 minute. In other words, we bypass the digestive system completely. You get that absorption immediately while you're holding it in your mouth. And then there's enough to go to every single cell in your body. You see, the other thing that you'll find with those, that the experts will tell you, is with those oils, is that only about 10% of that CBD actually reaches the cells of the body. 90% of it is wasted. Not here, guys. 99% absorption in just 1 minute. Going to your body in about 5 minutes, throughout your body, every single cell. Now, a little bit about our product standards. We have 0 THC. In fact, our whole plant CBD hemp oil comes from the EU. And these plants have been cultivated over 20 years to ensure that there's no THC even grown within them. We've been lab tested to show that we have 0 THC. I personally have done a THC test and came back negative with it. So I'm very comfortable in this. Now, we also are, like I said, lab tested, and then we're pharmaceutical grade. These are the highest, purest CBD and CBG particles that you can possibly get. We're doctor approved. We have a doctor working with us, making sure that everything is in alignment. We have no GMOs and there's no side effects at all. It's 100% safe, 100% healthy, and 100% excellent. So I encourage you to get back with the person that invited you to this or share this video with you. And in fact, I'm going to throw in one more thing. How would you like to get some free CBD? That is right. Get with the person that are going to explain to you how you can get some free CBD. You see, we also have these quick shot sprays. All right, these are sprays. They have the CBD, CBG, the vitamins, the nutrients, or the minerals. All those are still in here. The key ingredients shift. We have a Serenity to help calm the nervous system. My gosh, this is fantastic for the millennials. We have sleep. This is my favorite after the swish. I tell you what, I'm an airline pilot. I fly all over this country. And when I lay my head down on the pillow, I spray this 9 times underneath the tongue. I let it sit there for 45 seconds and then swallow it. And I get a good night's sleep solid throughout the night. I tell you what, this is phenomenal. You wake up feeling just fantastic. There's no grogginess with it whatsoever. We also have a boost. This is an even leveled energy. And then we have relief for pain. How do you get your free CBD? You become a VIP member with us. The person who shared this video with you will explain all that. These are absolutely phenomenal. So I want to thank you. I encourage you to get back with the person and get your questions answered. Start beginning to feel the difference. Bye-bye.